which one was I gonna talk about? Okay, I'm actually gonna skip game 1 of SKT versus LGIM. SK Telecom T1 versus LG Incredible Miracle. And I'm gonna go straight to game 2 because I think that had the more interesting examples of pushing and minion pressure. So, okay, let's go. 139.30 is the first example. So actually, I'm going to jump like right into the game. It's, I don't remember. Yeah, it's actually fairly early on in the game because I just wanted to talk about, you know, some of this minion pressure stuff in the lane phase. So what's happening in this situation is it's actually lagging pretty bad. I'm gonna save this and we'll come back to it later. Okay, I have the link saved. Alright, so basically what's happening right here is EasyHoon is just pushing up the mid lane. And what's going to happen actually is, what's the name of LGIM's jungler? Lilac is going to come into the lane to try to gank, but because it's so shoved up and EasyHoon has, I guess, yeah, pretty much this could be one of those monster waves, is because this wave is so shoved up, like, even though it looks like, you know, EasyHoon's a little bit overextended, he's kind of in a bad position. Actually, he's not, because mid king can't help with this gank. There's so many minions. Mid king would have to tank all of these in order to join any kind of a fight. So, yeah, that's definitely one of the important ways that minion pressure affects a game. So next, we're going to jump forward a few minutes into the game. And in this clip, basically, we're just going to see like an example of why shoving is important. So Smeb, as you see, he got this lane pushed up, and so he recalled because the tower is going to kill more of his minions than S's minions will kill of, or no, the tower will kill more of his minions than his minions will kill of SKT1S. So what that means is that while they're both gone from lane, Marin is going to lose more experience and gold than Smeb will, because even though this tower is shoved up to Smeb, like, he's still going to get the experience and gold from it, whereas Marin missed some experience and gold. So when you recall, like from an empty lane, you want to leave the minion wave in one of two places. And a lot of people, you know, think that you just want to shove up as much as possible when you recall, but that's not actually true. What you want to do is you want to either leave it pushed all the way up to their tower, or you want to leave it 3/4 of the way pushed towards you. And the reason for that is that if it's up to their tower, which this is the ideal situation, if you can do this, you should, your tower is going to kill their minions, and like I said, they're going to lose experience and gold. But if it's pushed up to the center or 3/4 of the way towards them, if it's pushed 3/4 of the way towards them, then their minions are going to actually, you know, they're going to get more minion waves sooner because this is closer to their side of the map. So it's going to start shoving towards you, and your minions are going to die faster. So you're going to lose golden XP if you leave it 3/4 of the way. If you leave it halfway, it doesn't really do anything for either person. But if you leave it 1/4 of the way, you're going to get your minion waves quicker. Your minion waves are going to be larger and kill their minion waves faster. So that's going to give you a golden experience advantage when you recall from that empty lane. When you recall from a lane that's not empty, you probably want to shove it, because then they will have to take longer to shove it back to you. But that's not an ideal scenario. So let's see. The next example is actually quite a bit into the game. Let's see, right about here. So at this point in the game, let's actually look at the game state, and I want to talk about the team comps a little bit. And you can't see the thing. I'm sorry if there's some lag. I'm having like random internet issues, and I don't know why. Let's like close as many windows as we can here. Hopefully that does something. But anyway, let's look at both of these team comps and see like how they work. So LGIM's team composition is definitely very strong 5v5. Both teams are actually quite strong 5v5. But definitely IM's right now is stronger because they won the lane phase. If you'll see, they have a little bit of a gold lead. They have more kills. And obviously they got the 1 kill on Wolf. Sorry, I don't have all these names memorized. And it's not super high quality. But anyway. Yeah, so I mean right now actually the team comps don't matter that much. But basically my point is that SK Telecom T1S in this situation really kind of has to use Maren as a split pusher. And, you know, Yasuo is actually a really good split pusher because he can clear waves very quickly and he can escape from basically anything. He's very good at escaping. And then, you know, there are very few champions that can actually, like, fight against a strong Yasuo. So, there SKT1S, you know what, I'm actually going to take back what I said. I was talking out my butt. But they have a stronger 5v5 if they can, you know, get that perfect engage with like Orianna's ultimate into Yasuo's ultimate, and then maybe throw down the Zyra ultimate. But SKT1's comp is definitely like a fast push comp. So they've got Yasuo to push like a side lane and split push there, and then they've got Bang to deal a lot of damage to towers and clear out waves, and then Zyra actually is interesting in a split push comp because she has disengage with her ultimate. She can just throw it down, and then, you know, IM is not going to want to walk over that ultimate because they'll get knocked up, and that's actually really bad against like a Yasuo. And then she can also clear waves with her abilities, and her plants tank towers, so like that's 2 tower hits basically if you get 2 plants down, which, or it's not 2 tower hits, it's way more than 2 tower hits because you know, the tower is going to be hitting those plants twice, and then Lucian can just bang 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 on the tower. Ha ha ha, get it, his name is Bang. So yeah, T1S is definitely a split pushing composition, which I am kind of counterpicked really well. Lulu's really good at wave clear, and because, you know, Renekton is stronger in lane than Yasuo, Maren is really not in a great place right now. He actually lost lane pretty bad. He's kind of coming back now a little bit. But you'll see how fast he clears out that wave. So he draws, you know, if you were paying attention, they were starting to walk down. He draws a lot of pressure just by pushing that tower. And so he's going to keep pushing that for quite a bit. And I believe there's actually a fight that happens here. Actually, it's a tower trade. So what happens is IM decides, yeah, we just want to group up. We're not going to worry about Maren right now, because if we go to deal with Maren, they're going to get to do their fast push thing and maybe kill some of our towers. So instead, they choose to just push the mid tower and ignore Maren. And Maren is just constantly pushing here. And honestly, it's not a bad decision by IM. Like, it gives them more control of the Baron area. And because they have that advantage now, they can easily win a fight. I don't even know how I feel about them sending Caitlyn down here. Like, You'd think with even a little bit of a gold lead, they'd want to kind of extend it by making plays somewhere. So, I mean, as far as I'm concerned, IM is just being a little indecisive here. And Marin is just constantly putting pressure on this lane. Like right now, oh my gosh, lag. But right now, IM actually has 2 members down there dealing with him. And this is why, you know, split pushing is so powerful, because you can just keep pressure on that side lane. And unless, you know, your opponent is willing to all in on something, you know, you can do that all day, because, you know, if they just sit there and do nothing, like IM is doing right now, then your split pusher gets to push more, and they're not accomplishing anything else. So, like, with compositions that want to split push, typically you'll see them try to stall out, like SKT1S is doing right now. Like, particularly this helps them because there's no objectives on the map that IM is comfortable with contesting, like the dragon is down right now. Okay, so, anyway, this is where the engagement happens. So EasyHoon gets caught under the tower. It's a good catch by IM, and they're actually going to pick up, I think, 2 kills here. But first of all, you'll see the Zyra. She forces them to back up. She's just stalling for them. So Marin got this tower, and that's pretty good. I don't even think he recalled at that point. Okay, actually he did. So anyway, they trade 1 tower. They're going to lose 2 towers, and like I said, 2 members of T1S died. But because T1S are kind of behind right now, that's not bad for them, because they got a... Oh, actually, no. I thought for some reason IM got the 2nd tower. But they didn't. So they traded towers 1 for 1. They actually got the better trade tower-wise. So that's really not that bad for them, because it stalls out the game for longer. It lets them get to kind of this strong point that they have. And, you know, because Lilac was a little bit slow about recalling, Dragon's actually respawning, like, right about now. And Lilac's not going to get back in time to contest it. So T1S basically gets a free dragon out of that, just because they put down some really smart pressure on the bottom lane, and they stopped IM's recalls, you know, before they could really do much. And I think IM actually got that, or no, I think S actually got that Baron. I don't remember for sure, but it doesn't matter, because the point is that they have the advantage at the dragon. So next is actually something I already talked about. And then, so here's where I want to talk about, you know, how just having minions pushing towards your opponent is useful, like in the mid-late game. So it's a real quick bullet point, but basically what we're seeing right now is, let's back up just a little bit. Come on, I believe. Okay, so like right here, IM really does not want to group. Like you see right now, they're kind of all recalled and spread out, and they're just not in a position to like 5v5 right now. And so they see EasyHoon in this bottom lane, and basically that tells them that they're safe to like recall instead of trying to make any aggressive plays. It gives them some time. So because this wave was pushed out on bottom, it just drew EasyHoon down there to deal with the minions. So like that's a very minor example, but it's why you know, putting pressure on these lanes is so important, because that little bit of time can be so important. And like if they had been more coordinated to group up for that Baron, they could have even taken the Baron while EasyHoon was bottom. Oh, whoops, you couldn't see it. Hey, look, everybody. EasyHoon was in the bottom, but now he's not. Okay, anyway. I'm being silly. I'm kind of tired, and I'm not doing a great job at this. I hope you'll forgive me. So, actually, this is one of the most interesting points, and this is kind of something that I haven't talked about yet, but I have been doing this all game. So if you were like paying attention at all to the minimap during these examples, Smeb was keeping this top lane pushed out like almost 100% of the time. Like he had minions pushing towards T1